North Korea can be said to be the most isolated country in the world, and it also presents itself to the outside world in the way it wants to be seen. However, in this video, we want to take a peek behind this controlled censorship theater and see what kind of life the people of North Korea actually live. Hello everyone, this is the taboo channel. We have collected many photos of North Korea. Some are approved, while others are filmed illegally. Such evidence may shed light on the lives of people in this country. Number 1. Beautiful life. Many people think that North Korea prohibits foreigners from taking photos. In fact, this is just a rumor. But it's also a fact that photography is censored in this country. Photos are bound to be censored by the authorities, and even the most innocuous ones are often deleted. Photos must be able to show the prosperity and happy life in North Korea to be allowed. In this paradise on earth, poor and extremely ordinary people's lives and behaviors are regarded as forbidden. Canadian engineer Bank Lindvall was allowed to keep the photo. But in fact, there are many other photos that cannot be brought back. However, the reason why the photo was prevented from being taken out of North Korea is ridiculous, because several trucks that were not cleaned were photographed in the photo. There is nothing more harmless than someone mowing the grass in Pyongyang. However, the photos did not pass North Korea's review. Why is this? Because a person can be seen eating grass in this photo. This means that even those who live in the capital are starving. That's why French photographer Eric Laforgue took his photos out of North Korea without going through legal process. And that wasn't the only photo he smuggled out. This should be why Laforgue was permanently banned from entering North Korea. From 1995 to 2010, South Korea shipped 33 million tons of food to North Korea. China sent 3 million tons, and the United States also contributed 2.4 million tons. Although the situation has stabilized with the help of the international community, there are still many problems hidden behind the eudaimonism. The actors who played the laborers were all smiling, for there would be no miserable people in a happy country. On the other hand, it doesn't matter if you don't smile in real life. Especially when everyone has to wait in such a long line for the tram. Statues have also been reworked. In 2012, one of Pyongyang's main tourist attractions became a happy place. That's the Great Monument. There used to be a typical North Korea statue of Kim Il-sung in military uniform with a serious expression on his face. At the time it was because the leaders believed that statues should not have smiling faces. But times have changed. Both Kim Il-sung and his son Kim Jong-il are now wearing more modern suits, and the two past leaders have broad smiles on their faces. Number 2. Kim Jong-il and forbidden happiness. However, in the country of North Korea, pleasure is sometimes forbidden. In 2021, Koreans are banned from showing any appearance of being happy for 11 days. The odd rule is tied to the 10th anniversary of the death of former President Kim Jong-il. In 2011, North Korea mourned the passing of former President Kim Jong-il. And in 2021, people are forbidden to celebrate birthdays, spend leisure time, laugh and drink in order to mourn the great leaders who have long passed away. Even the death of a close one is not allowed to have a funeral. Moreover, it was also forbidden to go out to buy food and daily necessities on December 17th. Number 3. Pyongyang. Pyongyang is the city that represents North Korea, and one of the few places in the country that can confidently present itself to tourists. So of course photos are allowed here. May 1st. Stadium is one of the largest active stadiums in the world. Kim Il-sung Square is the venue for the military parade. The Gate of Victory was also built to celebrate Kim Il-sung's victory. Many other monuments and buildings convey the spirit of socialist realism. The Ryugyong Hotel, completed in 1987, has 105 floors and a height of about 330 meters. This is the tallest building in North Korea and the tallest empty building in the world. Still, the restaurant is used for promotional filming, so it has its uses. Well, we have to admit it does look gorgeous under LED lighting. Another huge structure is the Jushidea Monument, which can be seen from most places. The 170-meter-high obelisk is a symbol of the Jewish idea. The concept of this building is, man is the master of his own destiny and the world around him. This ideology largely defines isolationism and the overall look of North Korea today. It introduced the absolute authority of state rulers, the totalitarianism of the supremacy of the individual, and universal conscription. These are the meanings that this monument that shines at night symbolizes. Pyongyang also has modern buildings, restaurants, skyscrapers and 2 aquariums. While tourists can take pictures of all these beautiful buildings, sometimes guides will ask you to delete the pictures, or simply tell you that it is better not to take pictures. That's because good things aren't necessarily hidden behind good looks. Many apartment rooms are left empty, without heat or lights. However, experienced photographers can often find subjects that have a good chance of passing the scrutiny. Please take a look at this photo, which was taken by American photojournalist David Guttenfelder. This shows the recently built training halls and fitness clubs in Pyongyang. While the censors only saw pictures of the great leader, Davi noticed that the lights had gone out throughout the area. Yes, even the elite areas in the capital of North Korea have power shortages. That's why tour guides prefer a photo with a computer over a photo like this, where kids are sitting next to computers with no power. Number 4. Child. Spending a childhood in North Korea was not easy. Many children need to work hard to help their parents. This is already commonplace in poor countries. However, in this day and age, if children are subjected to hard labor, it is a violation of the Declaration on the Rights of the Child. They worked 10 hours a day building railroads and moving stones, which couldn't be called a happy childhood. All of these kids are doing unpaid military service, according to a recent report in the Daily Mirror magazine. Their childhood wasn't what the promotional videos make it out to be. But even under strict discipline, a child is still a child. They also sometimes break the rules. This is a photo taken in a park in Pyongyang. A little girl is playing on a fence set up for safety. Such behavior is of course prohibited. Also, the boy is standing in front of a bus going through the countryside. This is a rare example of disobedience, so this photo was also banned. Number 5. North Korea's largest debt. In the 1970s, several Swedish companies began to see North Korea as their potential market in order to sell their products. In 1973, Sweden became the first country in the Western Bloc to open an embassy in North Korea, predicting that there would be no trade problems in doing so. Volvo signed a contract with the North Korean government to purchase 1,000 Volvo 144 cars. Volvo built the car within a year and delivered the car to the buyer in accordance with the contract. However, they did not expect that North Korea did not intend to pay for these cars. Volvo 144 sedans were distributed to the country's leadership. However, it was not until 1976 that Volvo Motor asked North Korea to pay for the goods, very politely. It is conceivable that so far, Volvo has not received 2.2 billion Swedish kronor, or 110 million euros, at all. This absurd transaction has also been dubbed the largest car theft in human history. Because of this, Sweden is still North Korea's largest foreign debtor. Everyone should want to say, there is evidence only when there are pictures, right? Everyone please see. Until now, you can still find the Volvo 144 cars produced in 1972 and 1973 in North Korea. Bengt Lindvall photographed the car in 2015. Of course, this car is no longer the personal luxury car of the management class, but it continues to drive people. By the way, Bengt smuggled out the memory card with this picture in his sock. Number 6. Greatest pride. Now, we often know North Korea through military relations, such as its many rocket launch tests. The country goes out of its way to celebrate its proud military, so it's not uncommon to see official photos of weapons and parades. In particular, there are pictures of Kim Jong-un. The picture of Kim Jong-un inspecting the female soldiers of the North Korea People's Army looks pretty good. I don't know if the audience was so excited that they couldn't help but shed tears when they saw this peak character. Please tell us your thoughts in the comment area. As long as we are alive, We will protect General Kim Jong-un to the death. North Korea's freestyle swimming team performed along with the song. Really very patriotic. The army also has a different inside story from the photos on the surface. These soldiers may be working on a farm, or pushing a bus, or sleeping on a lawn. Of course, Kim Jong-un would never want to see such outrageous photos. There are also other soldiers monitoring an area where people often flee to South Korea. Maybe people are trying to escape such a good life and a prosperous society. So such photos are forbidden to be taken. To wrap up on North Korea, let's take a look at another photo of Eric Laforgue. This photo also shows the gorgeous appearance of North Korea's publicity, and the not-so-bright life of most people behind the glamorous curtain. Above, the video of this issue comes to an end here. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. See you next time.